Nebula has joined the Nova Corps following Ronan the Accuser's successful coup against Thanos. 5 years later, after Xander is sealed off from the universe to protect itself from Ronan's forces, Nebula discovers the body of Yondu and receives orders from Nova Prime to investigate. She learns that Yondu has codes to open the planetary shield and enlists Yon-Rogg to infiltrate the Nova Corps mainframe to destroy them. Yon-Rogg betrays her, revealing that he in execution attempt by Nova Prime's men. Nebula's friends Duck and his subordinates Groot and Cord to stop Nova Prime. During their fight, Nebula reveals she has altered the codes so that the shield would close again as the Dark Aster destroying and killing Ronan. Nova Prime tries to escape but ultimately falls to her death. In 1988, the Ravagers take Peter Quill to Ego. 6 months later, after ravaging several worlds, Quill returns to Earth. In response, Peggy Carter and Howard Stark assemble a team, including Hank Pym, who brings his daughter Hope Van Dyne along. The team detains Quill with help from Thor. Soon after, Hope frees Quill, who travels to Missouri. Half-team forces to hold back Ego. Pym and Lawson encounter Quill visiting his mother's grave and convinces him to stand against his father. Ego overwhelms the heroes and attempts to obtain his seed. Pym and Quill arrive in time and using Ego's seed to destroy his avatar form. If you love the video, please like the video and subscribe my channel. On Christmas Eve, Happy Hogan is preparing an annual holiday party in Stark Tower until Justin Hammer and his men trying to take over the tower for Tony Stark's technology and Hulk blood sample. Attempting to save the Hulk blood sample, Hogan is accidentally injected with it, causing him to slowly transform into a purple Hulk-like monster. Hammer takes control of Stark's Hulkbuster armor, but Hogan defeats him before the Avengers arrive. In 2012, Tony Stark saves New York by redirecting a nuclear missile towards the Chitauri mothership, but the wormhole closes before he can return to Earth. Stark crash lands on Sakaar and is forced to stay by its ruler, the Grandmaster. Stark interferes in a death race to save one of the racer, Korg, and encounters Gamora. The Grandmaster imprisons Gamora and Stark. Stark escapes and builds a new Iron Man suit and challenges the Grandmaster to a race for the title of Sakaar's ruler. At end, Stark ultimately wins the race. Valkyrie crashes into Topaz to save Stark's life, causing her staff to hit and melt the Grandmaster. Having convinced by Stark, Gamora kills Thanos with Topaz's staff. Peggy Carter and Natasha find Steve Rogers inside the Hydra Stomper armor, but he attacks them. Nick Fury tells Rogers that Steve went missing in 1953, was brainwashed by the Red Room. Carter and Romanoff protect Bucky Barnes from Rogers before incapacitating him and traveling to a secret hideout in Scotland. Rogers offers to help Carter take down the Red Room. They are ambushed by drones and Rogers' brainwashing is reactivated by Melina Vostokov, who staged the earlier events. After Carter pleads with Steve to stop fighting, Rogers flies towards the Red Room and destroys it. Later, Carter fell into a portal and transports her to another universe, where she encounters Fury and Wanda Maximoff. After Surtur destroys Asgard during Ragnarok, the Tesseract crash lands in a lake nearby Mohawk tribe. Tribespeople disappeared while interacting with the lake. In the late 15th century, Kahori is shot by Spanish conquistadors who have searched the Fountain of Youth. Kahori fall into the lake and be teleported to another dimension, where a villager explains her that the missing tribespeople were teleported to the Skyward, where they gained powers and immortality, but were unable to return home. As Kahori familiarizes herself with her powers and forces the portal in the sky to the ground and returns home, she and the villagers defeat the conquistadors, rescue her people. Doctor Strange Supreme appears from a portal and says he has been searching for Kahori. Growing weary of hellish bloodlust in the 9 realms, Odin banishes her to Earth and placing an enchantment on her crown. Hela got captured by Wunwu army, but Hela escapes his fortress after failing to steal his 10 rings. She is guided by a Hundun to the realm of Talo, where she learned the techniques of Talo by Jai. After she recognizes her true desire for freedom from control, Odin visits Earth to battle Wunwu in retaliation. Hela joins Wunwu and fights against Odin, ultimately winning and regaining her worthiness to wield her crown. Odin recognizes Hela's growth and submits Asgard's throne to her. In 1602, Captain Carter fails to save Queen Hela from Skycrack and is hunted by Happy Hogan under the new King Thor's orders. Carter learns the incursion is occurring due to the presence of the Forerunner. She locates Tony Stark, who can make a device to identify the Forerunner using the Time Stone and Thor's scepter. He points her towards outlaws Steve Rogers and his team to help steal it. Carter joins them at a pub. Ambushed by Hogan, Carter gives herself up before freeing herself in a masked Bruce Banner. They meet with Stark and join Rogers' group in infiltrating Thor's courtroom. With Wanda's help, the group retrieves the Time Stone for Stark's device. It identifies Rogers as the Forerunner, who had inadvertently created the temporal anomaly while battling Thanos. Carter bids farewell to Rogers and returns him to his universe. After that, she is met by Strange Supreme. Strange Supreme takes Captain Carter to a sanctum infinitum where he reveals that he has been capturing universe killers to atone for his sins. Strange asks Carter to capture an escaped variant, who has been fled. Carter agrees and encounters Kahori, who reveals that Strange had actually been capturing heroes and villains to feed to the Forge, a contraption which can resurrect his lost universe. As Strange attempts to kill Kahori, Carter frees the variants who fight each other, allowing her and Kahori to escape. They run into Black Panther Killmonger, who Kahori separates from his armor, allowing Carter to use it. While Carter and Kahori battle Strange at the Forge, the variants lend their weapons to Carter while Kahori sends them home. Strange is taken over by his demonic self, though Carter separates them. As the Forge collapses, Strange sacrifices himself and his counterpart to it. The Watcher returns Kahori home and brings Carter to Strange's restored universe, though Strange himself would be reborn and a new Christine Palmer exists in it. Carter asks the Watcher to show her the multiverse before taking her home. The Watcher proceeds to show her Yggdrasil, the multiversal tree. So the video ends here. See you in another video. Bye-bye.